Well, my goats have been giving me a little bit of grief lately. One of my milking does, one of the Sarnans, actually got mastitis in her teat. And the only way to cure that is to administer an antibiotic. And the only way that the vet said I could administer an antibiotic was through giving her daily injections. Now, that sounds easy enough, but getting hold of a goat to give it a daily antibiotic injection is a little bit harder than you'd first think. They're very smart animals, and after I got her the first day, she wised up to me and made it very, very difficult for all the following days to get a hold of her to get that injection in. Okay, that wasn't so bad. On the upside, the mastitis is now cured and the antibiotics course is over. But that was just the beginning of the goat trouble. I had a massive windstorm up here and it blew the electric fence over, and I went from having 8 goats to having no goats. Go, go, go! So I went up to the high ridge up there where there's a bunch of rocky outcrops and lots of kind of scrubby shelter, and gave it a goat, goat, goat! In the distance, from right in the scrub, I can hear this. So I knew they were in there, and I could hear them getting closer, and I was getting closer. Then all of a sudden, out of the scrub, here's my 8 goats, right up there in the middle of the bush. They came right up to me, just as if they were out in the paddock. And I thought, this is sweet. I've got them here with the bucket of the feed. I'll just have to lead them all the way home from up here. But the one that I'd been treating for mastitis took one look at me, thought that I was going to give her another injection, and just turned around and bolted straight off into the bush with her kid, the other Sarnan, and its kid in tow. So I thought, cut my losses, at least I'll get 4 home. And lo and behold, the next day, they're back. They must have just wanted to rejoin the other 4 and become a herd again. But again, the one that I'd been treating for mastitis, just didn't want to bar of it. And in the end, I kind of chased them around the property relentlessly until they were so exhausted, and fortunately because I was exhausted as well, they kind of went looking for water back in their enclosure, and I shut the gate behind them. 8 goats back on the property, disaster averted. But, it's really, really brought into focus the fact that I need to improve my infrastructure. I mean, those fences are great, but all it took was the fence to blow down and a really strong wind gust, and I'd lost all my goats, which represents a significant investment for me. So it's time to start thinking about how I can improve my infrastructure. I mean, I've got a boundary fence, but ideally I'd like to be fencing off a couple of those ridges back there into paddocks, but all this stuff takes money, so first I've got to find a way to earn that money. What else has been going on the farm, Digger? You've been going on the farm, haven't you? He's, never going to be a working dog in the classic sense, but I still would like to mentally engage him and train him up, so I've started taking him to obedience school, haven't I? Which he has exhibited a natural flair for.
Right about turn!
The thing that's really getting me interested about obedience school is the potential to put him through agility. I've seen Digger in action, jumping on things, running around things, and I think he's got a natural flair for it. So all things working out well, he'll smash the obedience, graduate to agility, and be grand champion at next year's Easter show. What do you reckon, Digger? He's got it in the bag.